Alright, it is Friday, July 9th, 9:24 p.m. and the main watch list has not changed, but I am on the other screen just keeping an eye on HPIL because it looks like it's trying to reverse, which wouldn't be that bad at all. It kind of had a morning panic bounce play the other day. It wasn't really perfect. It dropped from 60 to 47, and then it had a big volume candle when it was at 51, give or take, and it ran very nicely the rest of the day. So this one is probably back in consideration. If I had to, I'd probably take out APTY just because it, even though it's nice, the daily chart, it just doesn't trade with good volume. I'll probably just switch them around, but that's the case where I'm at the moment. As for the other ones, LW, LG, morning panic bounce plays is really for all the other ones, although some of these could try a spike. I'll take all of them into consideration, and yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. Alright, it is 9:41 a.m. and just want to go over these canceled trades that didn't go through. MWWC, what was this? This was 131,931. So I was going for a morning spike. I didn't get executed. I think it was a small position too because this is something I'm rather new at. This one clearly did not work out in terms of a morning spike. It got as high as 133 and that was it. Canceled it. I just didn't get executed. It kind of jumped a bit fast, and then it didn't have much room after that. Who knows when I would have sold? I probably would have been very conservative, at least ideally, with a sell. DPLS was an attempt to buy at 935, which was right here, and I guess I was going for the spike as well at 162. Did not have. Oh, I know this. This was a dip towards VWAP. I didn't get executed here, and had I been executed, it was only up for one more minute. Had a bit of a panic here, but it's not really trading. It's not really doing anything that I want. Probably should have went for the morning spike here with DPLS instead. And then this trade, HPIL, I traded a much larger position size. This is a morning panic bounce play. When did I get executed? I bought 100,000 shares at 6.9, which was 937. So it was this candle. Oh, now it did it. That's nice. It broke past VWAP. 6.9, 937. And that was right at the beginning of this candle too. I was probably I was risking 6A, just risking the day low, not wanting it to get much further. There was somewhat of a big volume candle here, which helped push me into getting this trade, and I did trade a larger size. At the time, it was a $690 position, and I sold. It did not feel like a minute. That's when I placed my order, actually. Yeah, I held for more than a minute. I placed my order at 7.3 because that was the VWAP price target, and I sold 940. So I sold in this candle. I actually was able to get executed at 73 before I had this downtrend, and even though it was a downtrend, it held 7.1. Now it broke past it. It got as high as 7.6. So obviously this one really worked because it didn't just, it didn't become a starter step. It didn't try here and then fall lower. It didn't just touch a VWAP and reject it. Maybe not even touch VWAP. This one dropped, went towards VWAP. Yes, it consolidated right below it, and now it broke through at 7.6, which is great. Now at 7.7. It also got pretty far past VWAP, 7.3 to 7.7. That's not bad. It could have more room to go. So that's where I'm at. That was a $40 profit. I like the percent gain more at 5%. $690 position, 100,000 shares. I could have sold better. Maybe I could have sold half at 7.3 and then try to sell the other half. I might try that. If I trade a large enough size, I might try putting half, to sell half at VWAP if it does it. Or if it trades all choppy under VWAP, I might consider selling all. Or just sell half at VWAP and then hold the rest, maybe an uptrend's past VWAP like it does here, and I can sell into that. Or if it gets below and starts to reject, I might just have to consider instead selling some of that for less profit, or maybe, you know, that part for a loss or break even. I don't know, just try to just a way to get more profit out of this. I'll be honest, I'm scared now. I don't want to trade and mess up something and wipe out my profits. But LWLG, I was considering this for a morning panic bounce play. It did work. It got it to 11.56, but I don't like how it just dropped to, you know, just 1 minute technically. Well, I guess 2. It traded 9:30 and 9:31. It did have a big volume candle, but you know, I thought VWAP was kind of close, so like I take a buy at 11 and then it gets to 11.20. I don't want to trade $1,000 on this stock either. It did get to 11.55, but I would have liked it if it dropped for at least 1 more minute, which is why I didn't consider it. NLST looks weird. HPIL is at 7.7. That's nice. This one is trading very nicely. MWWC, nothing. DPLS, nothing here. There's nothing I want to really trade right now. I was also looking at AABB because it looks like, it looks like it's trying to come back. This one actually turned out to be a nice morning spike. I was watching this one. I don't think I mentioned it. And HPIL, this one ended up spiking nicely from 13 to 15. It's on the second day. It's just trying to come back. I would have missed it here for a dip under towards VWAP. This one is under it, and I don't think I would have really considered this one either because it's not like at its highs like DPLS is. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll make an update later. I like the big volume candle, but I don't think I'll trade this one. Alright, it's 10:05 a.m. I just want to make an update with everything at the moment. MWWC, nothing I really would have traded here. It did, like, in theory, break past VWAP, even dip towards it in this sketchy looking candle and uptrend, but this is something I wouldn't have traded. NLST is not doing anything that I want. HPIL got as high as 83, so I literally left $100 off the table if I somehow traded that like crazy. This could be a higher low setup with VWAP, but I might just trade a small position. I don't mind not trading this one. Again, pretty nice. Again, a lot of these don't really do this. At least, maybe they do, I just haven't been paying attention. I'll look back at my trades at some point. But that was my goal, to sell at VWAP, and I sold it right into here, I believe. 9:30, 9:40. So yeah, this red candle, and then it downtrended a little, and then it broke past it. Yeah, I just need to keep getting better, but I'm very happy that I traded this at all with a larger size and sold at VWAP. And I held the trade for, alright, doesn't tell me when I got in, but I got out at 9:40, I got in at 9:37, so give or take 3 minutes, which is a lot better than me just holding it for 40 seconds or 1.5 minutes, just something ridiculously, you know, small to that. I don't let the setup play out. Obviously, if I only held the trade for 30 seconds because you know, I buy here at 6.9, it immediately cracks at 6.7. All right, that's totally fine because you cut losses quickly. But I need to keep working on letting these plays, you know, really pay for themselves. So I have to get better at that. I'm thankful to God for this trade because, you know, I didn't just sell at VWAP. I traded a larger size. But I still have a lot of room for improvement, obviously. But you know, I can't push myself too hard and then, you know, trip. So DPLS, nothing I want to trade, although it is doing this uptrend. I guess a dip towards VWAP here, but I don't mind missing that one, even though it had like, no, it wasn't even a lot of volume. It was here. I guess that was in favor, a dip towards VWAP, but there isn't that much range either. And as for the other ones, some of them were removed. Gamers is looking like trash. I don't like it. AABB isn't that bad. I'll watch it, but it's gonna have a lot of bag holders in this one, so not really ideal. PBYA isn't really ideal either, although this one is closer to the highs. Maybe if it kind of consolidates under VWAP, it breaks past it, it makes a run, maybe something like that. But then I trade a a small position size. APTY isn't doing much either. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't really see anything I want to trade, so you know, I'm not going to try to force myself to trade anything. HPIL provided a really good opportunity. MWWC was a very good morning panic bounce play yesterday. That's where I'm at right now. No setups that I really want to trade. It could be a higher low here, but I don't really like those as much because resistance is going to be right there. Maybe if I were to trade back and forth at VWAP, but this, I don't think I would trade this. Alright, it is 7:16 and I'm here to call it off. DLPX might be a potential runner. I don't know. The price isn't that cheap. It's not like a sub penny stock. A lot of sub pennies do stuff like this and then it just falls in the next 3 days. This looks a bit different because it's higher priced, but you know, I'm not gonna guess. I'm just gonna see if this thing continues the uptrend or not. DLPX never really offered a dip towards VWAP except for here. As the only time I would have taken something like this, or maybe the breakout here at 14, but that would have been kind of iffy because it was midday. Just want to review the other stocks and how everything worked out. 40 bucks, but I left a lot on the table. I don't regret it though, just because of the fact that I traded a larger position size, and that was a step in the right direction. And even though, you know, I didn't sell for much, you know, higher past VWAP, I still sold at VWAP, which that in and of itself is a, you know, step in the right direction. That's an improvement for sure. I bought, let me get rid of extended hours. I bought at 6.9, that was 9.37, which was right here in this green candle. 6.9, sold at VWAP at 9.40. I was in the trade for about 3 minutes, and you know, it got as high as 83. That would have been hard, especially because of the opening price here was 80. In the future, I might consider again selling half at VWAP and holding the other half to see how it goes. If it uptrends, breaks past VWAP, if it, you know, downtrends a little and then breaks VWAP, or if it just absolutely fails, then I try to sell for smaller profits, break even, or if it comes to be cutting losses on the other half. But overall, just a step in the right direction, I think, because you know, I was able to sell at VWAP trading a larger size. So I still have to do a lot more things, a lot of room for improvement, but this one worked out in that sense. A morning panic bounce play dropped from 80 to 6.8, and yeah, it worked out. NOST, nothing I wanted to trade afterwards. I guess dip under VWAP, but you know, that was already later in the day. Never really offered much of a trading setup. And WWC had a drop here. I don't know if I would have traded it. There was a big volume candle back there. Probably wouldn't have traded it. Maybe, I don't know. Didn't really offer anything else that I was interested in. It was very choppy at the open. DPLS kept up trading. I saw it when it was doing this, thinking this could be like, you know, what people call the OT swizzle, whatever. In that sense, it worked, but it didn't do it very much. It broke the top end of the range, and it got to 17.48. That's the issue with DPLS. It just doesn't offer much range. Maybe an inverse head and shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, but Just not really good price action if you ask me. Yeah, just not the best. And GMER, I should have expected this because it did this yesterday too, where it was like trading all ugly and choppy, and then it has a nice uptrend later in the day. That's what it did here. It was looking all ugly. I even removed it from the watch list. And then it broke out of the range, and it had that nice run from 38 to, what is that, as high as 62. So that's pretty impressive. Hopefully this thing can be less choppy and it can provide morning panic bounce plays. But that's all I got. Just one trade with HPIL, a larger size. I sold at VWAP, which was great. Now I need to work on not just selling at VWAP, but maybe selling half, holding the other half, trading morning panic bounce plays with a larger size. That's what I have to do. I just have to keep trying harder. I'm thankful to God because I did do this, relatively well. Sure, I could have sold higher again, but I'm still taking a step in the right direction. But I clearly have a lot more room for improvement. That's all I got. I look forward to next week, God willing. I just have to keep trying, and yeah. If I can say anything, it's a step in the right direction, but I still have a lot of things to keep improving on.